Her spoiled son looked me dead in the eye and told me to leave my own ranch. He claimed his mom, the HOA president, had reserved it for his birthday party. What he didn't know, the farmer he was trying to boss around also happened to be the county sheriff. And by the end of the night, his whole family's empire went down in flashing red and blue lights. Act 1. The Spark. My name's Tom Reynolds. I'm 47, owner of Peaceful Pines Ranch. Out here, my land is my life. Rolling pastures, cattle, a few acres of pine woods, and a quiet spot called Veterans Memorial Grove. That grove means everything to me. It's where my father, an Army vet, planted trees for fallen brothers. I maintain it like sacred ground. For the most part, life is simple here. Early mornings, long days, quiet nights. But then the Millers moved into the HOA community right up the road. Whispering Oaks Estates. Karen Miller, the self-appointed queen, ran the HOA with an iron fist. Platinum Bob, luxury SUV, permanent scowl. She was known for bullying neighbors over lawn heights and mailbox paint. But her son Preston, he was the worst. 19 years old, spoiled rotten, strutting around like he owned the county. The trouble started one Saturday. I heard bass thumping across the pastures. My cows spooked. Birds scattered from the trees. I saddled up my ATV and drove toward the noise. When I crested the hill, my jaw clenched. There, right on my property, just yards from Veterans Memorial Grove, was a full-blown party. Tents, balloons, beer kegs, a DJ booth, smoke from grills rising into the sky, and cars, dozens of them, parked on my grass. Ruts digging into the soil. I stormed down, ready to shut it all down. And that's when Preston flip-flops, backwards cap, drink in hand, stepped forward. He smirked. Yeah, old man, you're gonna have to leave. My mom reserved this land for my party. I stared at him. Your mom, what? Kid, this is my ranch. Preston just laughed. Community property. Dude, my mom's the HOA president. She said I could use it. So, you can either grab a burger or get lost. Acties. Escalation and the breaking point. I wasn't laughing. I told him to pack it up, that they were trespassing. But instead of backing down, Preston doubled down. Do you know who my mom is? He sneered. She's got lawyers who eat guys like you for breakfast. One call and you'll be broke. I wanted to toss him out myself, but I kept my cool. I pulled out my phone, snapped photos of the cars, the tents, the trash already piling near the grove. That's when Karen herself rolled up in her shiny black Escalade. She stepped out like a movie villain. Sunglasses, pearls, and that smug smile. Tom, she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. Don't embarrass yourself. This land isn't being used. My son needed a space. You should be honored. Honored, I shot back. You've got 50 drunk kids trampling the Memorial Grove. This isn't honor. It's disrespect. Her smile vanished. Listen carefully. If you make trouble, I'll bury you in lawsuits. This little ranch of yours, gone. You'll be begging me for mercy. For a second, I froze. The crowd was staring. My friend Buddy, an old Marine who helps me around the ranch, stood at my side. Fists clenched. He muttered, "They don't respect you. Tom, they don't respect this land." I swallowed hard. For a moment, I felt the weight. Maybe she could bury me in legal hell. Maybe it would be easier to walk away, to avoid the fight. I even heard myself thinking, am I the fool here? Then Karen made her final mistake. She waved a wad of cash in my face. Here, $500. Call it rent. Go drink a beer. Sheriff Cowboy. Something inside me snapped. I stepped back, reached into my pocket, and pulled out my badge. The whole place went silent. I held it up. I'm Sheriff Tom Reynolds, and you all just made the biggest mistake of your lives. Karen's mouth dropped. Preston's face drained of color. The DJ actually yanked the plug on his own system. Act 3. The climax. I spoke into my radio. Dispatch. This is Sheriff Reynolds. I've got unlawful trespassing, underage drinking, attempted bribery, and threats of violence. I need units now. The response was immediate. Within minutes, I heard sirens wailing down the county road. Blue and red lights washed over the crowd. Deputies piled out, flashlights cutting through the dark. Karen tried to regain control, yelling, "This is harassment. He's abusing power. My lawyers will." But then one of my deputies caught her husband, Richard, crouched behind the DJ booths, shoving a metal box into the speaker case. They pulled it out. Inside, cash, digital scales, and bags of narcotics. The crowd erupted, gasps, shouts. Some kids ran for their cars. Karen shrieked, "That's not ours. That's planted." But nobody was buying it. Preston, meanwhile, was sobbing, hands over his face. The prince of the HOA reduced to a terrified boy. I gave the order. Richard Miller arrested for possession and intent to distribute. Karen Miller arrested for bribery, conspiracy, and trespassing. Preston detained, cited for underage drinking and unlawful assembly. The party broke apart like a dam bursting. Cars peeled out. Neighbors who'd once worshipped the Millers stood back, watching their downfall under the harsh glare of police floodlights. I stood by Veterans Memorial Grove, watching the deputies lead them away in handcuffs. And for the first time that night, the land was quiet again. Closing line. Entitlement can throw the loudest party in town, but when the law shows up, the music always stops.